Personally, when a legal dispute reaches the point where Will Smith may be questioned under oath about alleged threats involving Jada Pinkett Smith, it is no longer just a private disagreement. It becomes a serious courtroom battle over testimony, evidence, and what can actually be proven. Will Smith could soon be pulled into the ongoing legal fight between his wife, Jada Pinkett Smith, and his former friend, Bilaal Salaam, also known publicly as Brother Bilaal. Salaam is attempting to question Will under oath as part of his $3 million lawsuit against Jada. However, Jada's legal team has made it clear that it does not believe an informal request is enough to require Will's participation. According to newly filed court documents, Salaam sent an email to Jada's lawyer on July 7th requesting a deposition from Will. Jada's team delivered a blunt response, telling Salaam that there was nothing to meet and confer about regarding the proposed deposition. Her attorneys argue that Will is not a party to the lawsuit and has not been served with a subpoena requiring him to testify. A deposition is a formal process in which a witness answers questions under oath before a trial or court hearing. However, simply asking to depose someone does not automatically require that person to appear. At this stage, the court documents do not show that Will has been formally subpoenaed or ordered by a judge to provide testimony. That means Will could potentially become involved in the case, but his participation is not yet guaranteed. Salaam, who is representing himself in the lawsuit, appears to believe Will may have information relevant to his allegations against Jada. The legal dispute began in December of 2025, when Salaam filed a $3 million complaint accusing Jada of confronting and threatening him during an alleged encounter in September of 2021. According to the lawsuit, the confrontation allegedly occurred in the lobby of the Regency Calabasas Commons in California. Salaam claimed Jada became angry over his discussion of the Smith family's private affairs and allegedly warned him about continuing to reveal personal information. He also claimed that people connected to Jada later threatened or intimidated him after he refused to help manage the public relations fallout from Will's controversial Oscars slap. Will slapped comedian Chris Rock during the 94th Academy Awards in 2022 after Rock made a joke about Jada. Salaam further alleged that tensions increased after Jada learned that he was preparing a memoir that would include stories and information involving the Smith family. These remain allegations made by Salaam. Jada has denied wrongdoing and rejected the claim that she threatened him. The case has already produced a partial legal victory for Jada. She previously filed a motion under California's anti-SLAPP law, asking the court to strike portions of Salaam's complaint. Anti-SLAPP laws are designed to dismiss certain claims arising from legally protected speech or activity before they develop into lengthy litigation. The court dismissed allegations connected to public statements and a cease and desist letter, but other portions of the dispute remained active. In May, a Los Angeles judge ordered Salaam to pay Jada $32,836 in attorney fees and other legal costs. Jada had originally requested more than $49,000. The court reduced the amount after considering the legal work performed and the fact that she had only partially succeeded in her anti-SLAPP motion. Salaam asked for the payment to be reduced because of his reported inability to pay. However, the judge denied that request because the financial hardship argument was presented too late in the proceedings. Now, the dispute is moving deeper into the discovery phase, where both sides seek documents, recordings, testimony, and other evidence that may support their positions. The email requesting Will's deposition was included in a separate motion filed by Jada's attorneys. Her legal team is asking the court to compel Salaam to produce additional evidence connected to his allegations. Jada's lawyers accuse Salaam of submitting late responses and failing to provide sufficient supporting material. They are seeking recorded communications between Salaam and the people he claims participated in threatening him. They are also demanding medical records related to the emotional distress and injuries Salaam says he suffered. Jada's attorneys argued that the requested recordings concern the telephone conversations at the center of his allegations, while the medical documents are relevant because Salaam is seeking at least $3 million in damages. Her team reportedly requested that Salaam produce the recordings and medical records within 10 days. Salaam has also been seeking additional testimony directly from Jada. Recent filings indicate that the parties have disagreed over how Jada's deposition should be conducted and how confidential information from the questioning should be protected. Salaam has maintained that he does not plan to release confidential portions of Jada's testimony to the public. Jada's attorneys have argued that a standard court protective order is needed to prevent confidential discovery materials from being publicly distributed or used outside the lawsuit. Her lawyers have also proposed limiting the amount of time Salaam would be allowed to question her. The legal battle became even more complicated when Will Smith's former wife, television personality Cherie Zampino, filed a separate lawsuit against Salaam. In May, Zampino sued Salaam for $1 million, accusing him of slander and intentional infliction of emotional distress. Her complaint was connected to comments Salaam allegedly made during an appearance on the YouTube program Unwind with Tasha K. Zampino claims Salaam made damaging statements about her personal and sexual history. Those allegations are part of a separate lawsuit and have not been proven in court. The main question now is whether Salaam will formally subpoena Will Smith and whether a judge will allow him to question the Oscar-winning actor about Jada, the alleged confrontation, or the events surrounding the Smith family's public controversies. Jada's attorneys have already made their position clear. Will is not currently a defendant or plaintiff in the lawsuit, and they do not believe he has any obligation to participate without a valid subpoena. However, Salaam may argue that Will has relevant knowledge because of his past friendship with Salaam, his relationship with Jada, and the alleged attempts to manage the aftermath of the Oscars incident. Even if Will is eventually required to appear, the court could still limit the subjects Salaam is permitted to ask about. The next hearing in the dispute between Jada and Salaam is scheduled for August 19th. People also reported that the court denied Salaam's request for a trial, although the remaining portions of the case continue to move through the legal process. For now, Will Smith has not been ordered to testify. Jada Pinkett Smith continues to deny Salaam's allegations, and Salaam is still trying to gather testimony and evidence supporting his $3 million claim. Personally, this case shows the major difference between making serious accusations publicly and proving those allegations in court. Bilaal Salaam wants Will Smith to answer questions under oath, but before that can happen, he may need to follow the formal subpoena process and convince the court that Will's testimony is relevant. Until then, the request remains exactly that, a request, and not a court order requiring Will Smith to take the deposition chair.